there, fans. Welcome to another character bio. Every month we bring you a character that we dig a little deeper into from not only the Transformers Prime show, but obviously the movie that we put together. Today's character, as promised from our last project update, we would be focusing on Transformers Prime Bulkhead. Bulkhead is big, he's strong, big jolly green giant, if you will, right? He's an awesome character. I really loved the portrayal of his character, more so in the Transformers Prime show than I did in the Transformers animated show. Now, I like the Transformers animated one, but I don't know, the way that the directors wrote Bulkhead and developed his character in the Prime series was just a little bit more palatable for me, to be quite honest with you. And the voice actor who plays him, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, he's done a number of different characters that I'm aware of. I think he voiced one of the clone soldiers in Knights of the Old Republic. He did Bishop from Wolverine and the X-Men. So he's done a couple of different voices, and I really liked the way his voice was portrayed with Bulkhead. It just seemed to, I don't know, it was just, you know, gold in my opinion. All of the voice acting was really solid in Transformers Prime. There wasn't one, there was nobody that I could say, oh, they should have gotten this better or that better. I mean, to me, the show was as close to perfect as you can get for a series, right? But going back to Bulkhead, he develops a strong connection with Miko, the human, right? That's his human partner, if you will. And it's funny because he takes on a lot of her character traits and personalities. Like, they both start liking heavy metal and stuff like that. And it's pretty funny the way his attachment grows with her. Now, unfortunately, in our story, he does not have a big part. I've shared this with you before. Our key focus is more so the new characters that we're bringing in. So he's more of a supportive role in our particular film, but that does not mean that we're going to leave him off to one side. As a matter of fact, due to some of the past relationship that he has with not only some of the new Autobots, but also some of the Decepticons, right? It kind of sheds a little bit more I shouldn't say shed more light, but gives us a little bit more detail in his background, right? So as we know, or as it's been mentioned, he's a wrecker, right? That was mentioned on the show. He has a history with Wheeljack, right? And be it the fact that Ultra Magnus was placed leader of the wreckers, obviously he has history with Ultra Magnus. Now, in our story, Springer is or was lieutenant of the wreckers, so obviously Bulkhead would know Springer as well, right? And we also made it so that not only does Bulkhead have history with Springer, but he also seems to have history with one of the Combaticons named Swindle. When I designed Swindle, I kind of thought breakdown, right? I wanted to have that breakdown type of a connection. So I figured that somewhere in the past, they may have crossed or bumped heads before Bulkhead left to join Optimus Prime and his team on Earth. We actually do get to see some of that. I think we released a clip of it. And as a matter of fact, in the next coming scene, scene 14, we'll get to see a little bit more of that play out. But for now, let's go ahead and jump into his actual bio, and we'll take a look at his character sheet. Bulkhead may be strong, but he knows how to use his strength to his advantage. Though he has a background in construction and left the wreckers for Team Prime, he is still a wrecker through and through and enjoys a good fight with his best friend. Now he has to use his skills to help keep Cybertron safe for all to live on in peace. And there you have it, guys. There's his bio. Again, not a lot of detail into the bio. Not a lot extra, I should say, right? It's spot on to what we know of Bulkhead. He's supportive, he's strong. I mean, he's an Autobot. He's put himself on the line, his own spark on the line to save Earth, to save his peers, to save so many others, right? And so what happens is we really continue those characteristics within our story. He's still big, he's still strong. He plays an important part in the sense of getting these extra tidbits of not only his past, but also what we're going through right now. Now, I want to mention this because this is really important. He may not be a big focus now, but he's going to play an important part within the trilogy itself and the flow of the trilogy, right? The trilogy has been written so that everything connects. And what starts out in this film will connect to the next one, and it will flow on through until the very last one. So it's not like the Transformers Prime movies that are, or excuse me, not the Transformers Prime, the Transformers Bayverse films, where they just seem like, each movie seems like it's a Saturday morning cartoon from the 80s. Like, if you remember, if anybody watched the cartoons from the 80s, though, I mean, they're the basis of everything. Every Saturday morning, Megatron had a new plot to take over the Earth, or to take over Cybertron, or to bring, whatever. He had some new plot. And some of these plots in reality would take months, if not years, to plan out. He seemed to do it every single Saturday. So that's the feel that I get from the movies. But Transformers Prime was not like that. Even though Megatron had all these different ways to try and conquer something, some of it was strategic, some of it was by chance when they found certain relics. He was cunning enough that when a relic popped up, that he would be on point to say, all right, this is what we're going to do now, right? So it wasn't like, it was a different tactic. It's just opportunity came, right? And that's what I loved about the writing of the show. And so in that same fashion, we're going to do the same thing with Bulkhead. As opportunity comes, we'll see more and more of him, his talents and his abilities put on display. If it's not strength, it's construction or know-how or something or other that's going to help the overall story. So guys, that's pretty much it. That's what I have for you as far as he goes. One final announcement that I do want to make. I did say at the end of my project update that I would be updating you guys on my arm. As you can see, it is out of a sling. However, as you can see, my bicep is gone from here. It's actually rolled up into the rest of my arm. I'm actually going to go into surgery tomorrow. And so I will be out of commission for the next 2 weeks. There could potentially be a delay on the next scene. I'm trying to work as fast as I can today, but I know I'm not going to finish it today. But if my recovery goes well, I'll get right back to it, and hopefully we won't miss a month. But if we do, you guys know why, and I just hope that you guys would understand. Until next time, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I will see you guys on the next project update. That'll definitely happen, beginning week of March. All right, guys, until all are one, take care. Bye-bye.